This is the Viking Ranger, one of the cleanest units I have ever seen, and it really seems to look pretty darn good. And I'm going to demonstrate it on all of its bands, show you that it puts out. I'm going to use an illegal dummy load. We call that a light bulb because incandescent bulbs are no longer sold. I do have a power meter that I have here, and that tends to read very high. And to demonstrate it on voice, I'm only going to do that once on 40 meters just to show that it operates, and I'm going to use an oscilloscope to do that so you see how well it modulates. I will have the camera on a handheld when I'm demonstrating the voice capabilities, and but otherwise we'll keep it a little bit more steady by putting it on this tripod. Okay, here we are, and we're going to test it on voice. We're going to use an oscilloscope up here to see the waveform pattern, and we have our wonderful little dummy load, and hopefully we'll pick up enough RF so you can see that it does work. So let's put it in, and I have a receiver in the background, an HQ145, and hopefully we won't have too much feedback. Okay, there is the waveform pattern. I am not speaking directly into the mic, but I will. 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. This is K1 OIK on a unintelligent load. We actually call this a contester load because that's the kind of brains that you need to do that. I'm going to increase the modulation a little bit. That's probably a little bit too much. 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. You can obviously hear the feedback. I'll bring it down a little. Okay, that's a little bit better. Well, it was a little bit better for feedback. And there is our meter over there. Let's bring... There we are. And so you can see it's running pretty much full power. Okay, let's see how it's running on 40 meters. I'm going to put it in the CW position and see what we get. Okay, and that seems to work out okay. Then we'll put it in the 80 meter position and see how we do. Okay, and the first thing we do is we go over and we set the grid current about 2 mils, and so let's do that. Let's put grid current up at about 2 mils. We peak the grid current here, there, and then we adjust the drive here. Okay, and we'll bring the coupling down a little bit. We're going to turn this over to plate and see how it works on 80 meters. We'll tune it up and put it in the CW position, and we'll dip the final and increase the loading a little bit. It looks like we've got pretty much what we're looking for there, and there we are. Probably a little high there. Let's bring that down a little bit. You see the meter is pegged here at over 100 watts, but that meter is not particularly accurate. Okay, that's 80 meters. Let's try 160 meters. We're going to go back to the grid position, and we'll throw this in standby, and we'll see how much grid current we have. Not enough, so we'll peak it up here, and that's too much, so we'll lower the drive here a little bit. Okay, I'm going to bring this down a little, and then we'll go over to the plate position and throw this over to CW, and let's dip the final. Okay, and then we'll increase the coupling and dip the final again, and increase the coupling and dip the final again, and we certainly are up there. Too much, a little bit too much, so we'll bring this down a little bit. Okay, and that's 160 meters. we'll put this over here. We'll go up to 20 meters. Okay, now we're on 20 meters. Let's go to the grid position. We're in the grid position. We have very little grid current, but we're going to peak that up a little bit. And we're going to need a little more drive up here. Okay, so we have 2.5 mils of grid drive. Let's bring the coupling down a little bit. And we'll go over to the plate position. And we'll see what we have. Put this in CW. And that's really up there. Let's find our dip here. There we are. Very little power out right now, just a tiny bit. We're going to bring this up a inch here, and we'll dip that down a little more. Still not much power out, but we're coming up. Okay, and we're down. Let's pick that up a little bit more, and we'll go up a little bit more, and there we are, all tuned up on 20 meters. So some of these don't put out a whole lot on 15, but we'll see what we have. We'll go over to 15 meters, put this over into grid position, put this back into standby. This is getting boring. And we're going to see where we are with grid. We have very little grid current over there, but let's peak it up here. There we go. A little bit too much there. Let's lower it down here. Okay, there we are. We're a little high on the band here, so I'm going to bring this down a little bit down. And we'll peak the grid current up again. Okay. So let's see how we do. We'll go over to the CW position. Going to back this way off again. The auxiliary coupling, kind of like coarse loading. Put this in the plate position. We'll key that up. Very little. Let's find our dip there. There we are. Very little power out now. Let's increase the coupling, and let's bring it up again. That power is coming up all the time. Let's bring this up again. Here we are. Let's bring this up again, and there we are. That's probably more than I want. Okay, that's 15 meters. I usually get next to nothing out on 10. I'm not going to check it on 11 because I don't want to encourage anybody to buy this. I'm going to say it doesn't work on 11. How's that? I haven't checked it, but I'm going to say it doesn't work on 11 meters. So don't buy it if you're going to use it on 11 meters. It doesn't work. Because I don't know that. But anyway, put that in the standby position. Let's see where we are on grid. Very little grid current on 10 meters. You'd be lucky to have anything on 10 meters. We're going to bring the drive up. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you heard my phone ring there, but I substitute in grade school, and I'm all set for the entire month of June, but people still keep calling, and it's early in the morning when I'm doing this. It's about 6 o'clock. It's about six, actually 6:45, so it is a little bit late. So I was going to check it on 10 meters, and so, oh, I don't need a microphone to check it on 10 meters, do I? So we have our grid current all set. Let's put this over in the plate position, and we'll put this over in the CW position. I'm going to back the coupling off a whole bunch, and we're going to key that up. Let's dip the final. Boy, that's coming right up right away. Okay, we'll bring the loading up and dip the final again. Let's see. There we go. I had this coupling in the wrong spot. There we go. So we have a little bit of power. We don't have a lot. Let's see how we do here. I'll bring this up a little bit more. So we don't seem to have, it's only reading about 70 watts up here. And I probably could be a little bit better at tuning here. So about 120 mils. So not as much power on 10 meters. Okay, on 10 meters, I had the coupling in pretty much on the way too far up. So there we go. it's peaking over 100 watts. Let's see how that works out. And we're pretty much all set. I had the coupling turned up way too far. So that's the Viking Ranger. Looks in great condition, and hopefully you'll be interested in it.